Hey guys, Sean Timber here, and today I'm suggesting to your listening pleasure World War Z. Now, before we dive into this one, I just want you to know that this video will be spoiler free, and the footage you're going to see here will be from the trailers and earlier on in this show. Alright, I'll just say it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is peak Hollywood right here. Fight me in the comments if you feel otherwise. The opening sequence of this one says, "Time to get serious." I am a sucker for sound effects in music, and I absolutely love the sound effects here. They aren't crazy, especially in the beginning, but they're serious, and they tell you to hold on tight to whatever you can and brace yourself. The opening music stands out too. The whole introduction, in fact, the first 15 seconds of the movie tell you that this movie is going to be a banger before you even start. So World War Z dropped in 2013. I know it's an old movie because that's more than 10 years ago. It was directed by Mark Foster and it carries a PG-13 rating and stars Brad Pitt as Jerry Lane. He's the main actor in this one. So it's loosely based on Max Brooks' novel, but honestly, they took the title and ran in a completely different direction with this one. And by loosely, I mean they just kept the name and said, screw it, we're doing our own thing. Which honestly, it worked for this one. It was a good movie. And did you know that the original ending was way darker and they scrapped it completely, reshot the whole final act, and that's what we see in this movie. We're talking about massive battle sequences, and especially one in Russia that was so bleak and intense that the test audiences were like, nah bruh, we're good, and they walked out because they were traumatized. Can you imagine? They had this whole Russian winter warfare thing planned out, but it was so dark and hopeless that people couldn't handle it. Part of me is curious though, like how insane would that have been? The version we got already is so intense enough to make you lose sleep. I mean, some people lost sleep on this one. That's just something interesting to me. Another funny thing that's interesting when I researched this movie is that they actually shot some scenes without even finishing the script. Like, imagine actors showing up and they're like, yo, so what are we filming today? And the directors are like, we'll see. That's absolutely funny. But anyways, they somehow put it together and gave us this masterpiece. And the story goes like this. Brad Pitt plays this former UN investigator trying to enjoy a retirement with his family. And then boom, a zombie outbreak hits in Philadelphia where they live. But the difference with these zombies and other zombies in other movies is like these ones aren't slow. Like The Walking Dead. These ones are so fast and vicious and they swarm like insects on steroids. And the government wants him to help find the source and hopefully a cure. So the movie itself has incredible foreshadowing too. So if you're one of those people who like that type of stuff, be on the lookout because you're going to love this one. And also just a couple of minutes in, disclaimer, you'll be thrown under the bus with this one. There's no time to settle in. It goes straight into action. And yep, get ready because every scene is so good and relevant to the plot. And as I said in this one, the zombies are absolutely bonkers. They're mad. These aren't individual zombies stumbling around like they're looking for the bathroom, They're like a living tsunami that climbs onto each other. They'll be jumping, forming human pyramids, moving like water, swarms of zombies all around obstacles. It's like watching nature documentaries about ant colonies, except the ants want to eat your face. So the CGI work here is phenomenal. I felt like the performance done by the GOAT, Brad Pitt, was kind of monotone to me now that I've watched it again. I don't remember him ever showing fear or pain or happiness or any other human emotion. He's just the same throughout the whole movie. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. I agree if you want to attack me on this one. It's just my opinion. And maybe it's because he worked at the UN. Maybe he saw stuff more horrible than zombies which are eating people. I don't know. When it comes to acting, my own opinion is the greatest performers of this one were the zombies. I wonder if they actually got Oscars or awards because they deserved those for sure. The stunt performers and zombie actors were absolutely crazy. And if you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It was so hilarious when the zombies would be on screen. So amazing, so intense. I loved it. When I was rewatching this movie, I was actually eating and I lost my junk. It has many of those what the hell moments and it's not even funny. The music in this one enhances the viewer experience. This is Hollywood, baby. So the musical time signature when the zombies attack is 5/4, right? Time signature, simply explained, is just the amount of beats that will be playing right? So this time signature creates a certain feeling, especially in movies. Don't worry, I'm going to explain it. So most music that you hear around is 4/4 time signature, right? Now you can see that it's balanced off 4/4, but 5/4 creates this sense of unease, right? Like something's off. So your brain would be expecting the fourth beat to reset everything when you go 1, 2, 3, 4. But no, you get this extra fifth beat that throws everything out of balance. So your subconscious is waiting for the pattern to complete, but it never completes because it's going 5 instead of 4. So in World War Z, that is what they use. And it amplifies the chaos perfectly and keeps you on the edge, and you don't even realize why. So this movie is as good as when I last saw it. In fact, it's better, judging by the state of Hollywood now. And the feeling that I got from this movie, I last felt ages ago, long forgotten, especially when watching movies that are coming from Hollywood nowadays. Speaking of Hollywood, are these writers and directors dead or something? Because I don't know what happened to this peak storytelling that Hollywood used to do, ladies and gentlemen. The absolute chaos in this one is marvelous. It's amazing. Like, where did this level of craftsmanship go, Did they all retire to some secret island and decide to leave us with whatever's left? Because we're suffering here. The jump scares, ladies and gentlemen. The jump scares. You know what? If I had my camera on while talking about this movie right now, I would be wearing a tux or a suit. Because this movie deserves that much respect, bruh. And one of the most important things I learned from this movie is, even when the world is ending, you can always have time for a drink, The dialogue in this movie is amazing. The pacing of this movie is absolutely relentless, right? Each location that they go to feels distinct and adds something new to the story. It's like a world tour when you're watching this movie, except instead of taking photos of landmarks, you're basically running for your life. And the movie treats the zombie outbreak seriously. No one's cracking jokes while people are getting devoured, It's actually a serious movie. Anyways, I found myself at a lack of words to describe how incredible this movie actually is. So please, I beg of you, if you haven't watched this masterpiece yet, just go and watch it right now, or you're fired. Seriously. This works for zombie fans who want something different from the usual, shambling horde formula. Action fans who appreciate spectacle that doesn't insult their intelligence. And also it works for anyone who enjoys disaster movies that actually feel disastrous. The 116-minute runtime flies by without even feeling rushed, which is a miracle considering how much ground they cover. If you're expecting a faithful book adaptation from this one, adjust your expectations. You won't find that here. Because what they did is they basically took the concept and made their own thing. It's just a different movie with the same name. If you want deep character development and complex themes, this one focuses more on the thrills and survival. So you won't find that here. But for pure entertainment value and technical craftsmanship, yep, it delivers in spades. Watch it on the biggest screen with the best sound you can access. This movie was designed for the movie theaters. So your experience will be more enhanced if you try and have the best audio you can and the best screen you can. Nothing is perfect under the sun, and I've shared my thoughts on Brad Pitt's performance especially, but this movie as a whole represents blockbuster filmmaking at its finest. It's spectacular, entertaining, and technically impressive. And honestly, even with that scrapped Russian ending that probably would have left us all emotionally scarred, what we got is still incredible. To me, World War Z shows what Hollywood could accomplish when it combines vision with a solid execution, It's entertainment that respects both its audience and genre, which is becoming rarer nowadays, unfortunately. But if you're on the fence about this one, just take the plunge. You won't regret it, and who knows? Maybe someday we'll get to see that alternate Russian ending, as a director's cut. Though, honestly, I don't think my heart would be able to handle that because I was already losing my lunch watching the normal one, which didn't have the crazy scenes, which didn't have the unforgiving scenes. Anyways, you know the drill, guys. Like and subscribe like my mom and get back to work or you're fired.